All right. Welcome, everyone, to another Work Louder live stream. Good afternoon, evening, maybe even morning, depending on where you are. My name is Koen. I am one of the guest streamers for Work Louder. I stream here talking about their products, about my experiences with them. So, if you're interested in perhaps buying one or you're curious and you have some questions regarding one of the keyboards, feel free to ask. I'm happy to share my experiences and I'd love to get to know you guys as well. Over in chat, I see we have Chin over on Instagram. What's up? What up, Shadow? Welcome to the stream. Glad you guys are here. Did any of you guys catch the Deal or No Deal stream yesterday with Mike? Oh, I always love watching that. Like, it is so cool to see all the different products and how he represents it. Nice to meet you as well, Shadow. Glad to have you guys here on the stream. So currently on my desk, I have the Work Louder Nomad E, the first version they produced. I have a micro, and I have one of the first round creator boards. That's actually how I got to know Work Louder. Back on the day when I still was on TikTok, I came across one of their videos. I think that's a common story for the people over here. And yeah, I just thought it was really cool, and I bought one, and I'm kind of stuck with them now, if you look at my desk. What's up, Austin? Thanks for joining in over on Instagram. What's up, Lube, over on Instagram? Glad to have you guys here. So yeah, that was how I met Work Louder. Then before I got any of these other products, I had quite some time with the creator board. And as you can see, I actually made my own knobs. I 3D printed and designed these myself because they would fit better with like the colorway I have on my desk, a bit more black and white. And that's also just really one of the cool things of their products, right? You can customize them yourself quite well, especially this creator board, which is very modular with how you can change to modules. You got the keyboard under 5, but you didn't buy anything, so you didn't get anything. Oh, Shadow, what? Damn. Well, I hope perhaps you could still buy something and get the keyboard. I mean, maybe the chance is still there. But overall, everyone over on Instagram, thanks for joining in. If you have any questions regarding the products or regarding my personal uses, my experiences with the products, please don't hesitate to ask. In case you were wondering where I'm from, I'm Dutch from the Netherlands. So they ship there as well if you're over in Europe. And the products have worked great for me. Great for me so far. I'd love to go over a few things with you guys. Of course, we can look at the website if you're thinking of maybe buying one of the keyboards. Curious to hear your thoughts or maybe what's holding you back. And I can show you guys my setups and input, how I've mapped all the keys, their specific software to make your own macros. And I can, of course, take you through the design process I had back in the day to make my own knobs for the creator board. See, okay, so over on Instagram, we're doing another stream next Friday with Mike. So everyone who didn't get something yesterday can have another chance. So Kiara, that's a great question. Kiara over on Instagram asks, the keyboards are quite pricey, and what makes up for that? And you're correct, right? The keyboards definitely do have a price tag, and we don't deny that. My personal reason why I don't mind it is I do think you get a really cool product behind it with a cool story, and also realize Work Louder is not a big comparable company like Logitech yet or Razer. They're still a small business. I don't mind that I'm supporting them in that way, but I also think their products are truly unique and are really something cool. Back in the day, of course, when they started with their first creator board, their story was actually what attracted me most. I loved how they met over the internet. They started working together to bring this thing to life. And they actually made a really cool functional product and, well, learned a lot in doing so. And I think I see these keyboards as a bit more than just a keyboard, right? So that also justifies it for me a bit. I really love working with these tools. So to me, it brings me a lot of joy, and I don't mind spending a little extra on that. Um, Min over on Instagram asking if he can get a gift. Min, if you purchase one, I can add a gift to your order. If you drop your order number in chat. So if anyone has not done that yet and you've recently ordered something from Work Louder, make sure to drop your order number. Or if you order something during the stream, even better, then I can of course add a little gift to your order. I don't exactly know what it'll be yet, but there'll be something. Shadow over on Instagram. You would love to buy something, but you're not sure whether you would use it in the proper way. You're telling me you're going to buy one and you're going to frame it and never will use it. Well, what would you like to buy? Share it with me. What keyboard or what, perhaps it's a micro you're thinking of. What are you thinking of buying? I mean, yes, I agree. These keyboards are kind of pieces of art. But it's also the beauty is in like the use, right? To use it, the joy it brings. You saying you would actually frame it on the wall is something I normally have with this keyboard. It's up on my wall, one of those IKEA pegboards, because I don't use it anymore. I used to use this for video editing, but I kind of stopped in that world. So all the macros I had here, I didn't really need them anymore. And then they came out with the Nomad, and I was like, oh, this is great. I need this. So this actually usually lives up on my wall. And whenever I have people over or friends over, it's always something that sparks a conversation. That's also one of the reasons why I really love it. It's just eye-catching. That's all good, Shadow. It's all good. You can buy one whenever you're able to, right? I want to hold you to that. Okay, Cheater over on Instagram. He drops his order number in chat. Thank you. I will be noting that. I will write it down, and you'll get a little gift in your order. But share with me. I'm curious if you're willing to. What did you buy? What did you get? Did you get one of the cool keyboards? Did you get a micro, the new micro perhaps, even the wireless version? I really love that we got those tools even wireless now. Let me open notes to write that down for you. Numbered. Awesome. Yeah, so Kiara, you over on Instagram, you're saying you'd like to buy one, and if I could introduce you to some of the products, of course. I can introduce you to the ones I have laying right here. I think this is, these are most of the products. Work Louder actually, like the majority, they're flagships. I can tell you about that. If you have anything specifics in mind, specifically, I'm sorry. Or if you just want me to share my experiences with what I have laying here, let me know. Maddie over on Instagram saying you can't vouch for these enough. What? You lost yours in a hotel room? Okay, whoa, that is some series of bad luck, man. Which one did you have? Did you have the Nomad? Did you have the micro? Were you traveling with the micro? I've done that. That's what I love about it too, guys. It's so travel sized. I just throw this in my backpack sometimes, and imagine now it's wireless as well. So you don't even need to bring a cable anymore. I mean, can it get better, right? Shadow saying you're thinking of the Nomad E. I get that. Honestly, I know they recently came out with the knob, like the knob ones, but now they just started delivering them as well. And I just want one to like complete my collection, right? To have everything. But I love using the Nomad so much. I like the way it sounds. I love the way it works with input. And it's just all around a great keyboard that you can use for gaming, creating, and also just the screen, a nice little gimmick, right? You can have a media player on there. Let me see if I can get that up. When you play Spotify, it like shows what you're listening to on like an old vinyl style disc. Sorry. It's so cool just to look at. It's like yeah, I just think it's really pretty. I love the type of transparent tech, that trend, right? It's going on also with like nothing that produces these transparent headphones. I think that's really cool. And that's also what the Nomad caught my eye. Um, so yeah. You got the wireless framer micro cheater, dude. Awesome. So did I actually. I'll have that here whenever it comes, and I'll be sure to unpack it and like set it up with everyone here on stream to share that experience. Um, Great choice, I think. I love the original micro. Can't wait to get the new framer one. Yeah, Shadow, throw your question. Throw your question over on Instagram. Yeah, can't wait for it to try. Me neither, cheater. I honestly, it'll be so much fun to have it and set it up again. The excitement, and it like the micro works with input now. That's just what we need. That's perfect. Hedda over on Instagram asking if we can drop in Asia. Shipping is quite expensive. That is not really, and I can't really say anything about that. Sorry, I'm just here as a guest streamer, and like the back end of the shipping costs and things is really more regarding Workloud themselves. If you have any questions regarding that, you're always welcome to DM. What switches are they? Will asking over on Instagram. So Worklouder uses their own custom switches. We can take a quick look at that if we, let me take up the website. So if we, for example, go to the Nomad E, the new version, beautiful with the nice keycaps that are like more built to hold your fingers. If you scroll down, you'll find all the information here regarding the keyboards. And so when we go here, all the way down to the FAQs, you can see the switches, and Worklouder has their own custom low profile. I really like the way they sound. I can maybe do a little sound test for you later as well. If you'd like that, let me know. Let me know. And if you'd rather look at the knob one, let me know as well. Okay, Kiara, of course I can tell you my experiences with them. Oh, that was my camera. 1 second. I have a big tripod behind me, so maybe I shouldn't scoot back too much. So I'll just take you through how I met Worklouder, right? I started out on TikTok back in the day. I think during COVID, I came across one of their renders of the original creator board, and I thought, like, this looks so cool. I have to get one. And then I'll be honest, like probably the same thing you guys thought when you looked at these keyboards up for the first time was also like, oof, the price tag. Like, but I did decide to buy it, and I have no regrets, absolutely none. This tool, this keyboard has given me so much joy in setting it up, in using it, in like it's something unique. The ortholinear structure of this board was something that took me a bit to get used to, but like about after a month of just using it daily, like I used to with my older keyboard, it was fine. It could touch type with it fine, like I used to be able to. And I had mapped all these dials to different things, right? So this used to be my undo and redo knob, which was super fast. And then this used to be copy and paste in every program. Then the top bar was depending on what software I was using. So if I was video editing, these all had custom macros to tools like cut and extended cut and maybe the audio channel. And then these dials I'd use to navigate the timeline. If I then went to another program, I'd have it set up that this would be on another layer. And for example, for Photoshop, it then automatically bind it to different tools. So this really became like a productivity tool for me. So it wasn't just a fun thing to use, but also essential at some point in my workflow, because I started to forget the normal shortcuts when I was out on my laptop, and because I was so used to using this. That's when I also got a micro, which made it easy to map these same shortcuts to a smaller size that I could throw in my backpack. And I love this little thing because it's like, it's fun to use. It's a bit more compact. It has everything I need for like navigating the timeline as well, and different layers. It has more than enough options, but it takes a bit less space on your desk. I've, by the way, never had any issues with the keys not working or keycaps breaking. I'll tell you about the one thing that did happen to me is that at some point the loop pad on my creative board stopped working, right? Okay, failures happen. So I contacted Mike over on Discord, and he helped me like go through all the options. He then connected me with Mattia. They helped me reset the thing manually, and then it still didn't end up working. And then Mike was so kind to send me a new module for this top version. I don't know if Mike remembers himself, but that was very nice. And since then, I've never had any issues. So maybe it was just bad luck with the top module. The RGB looks really cool. I've debated on printing a custom, like, is this a razor or like a custom part to raise it up higher for me, but I didn't end up doing so. And then after using these two, I actually didn't do as much video work anymore, not as much creative work, and I went more to project-based work. It was a lot of emails, a lot of typing. And then they came out with this keyboard. And you can call me a bit of a fanboy, I guess, because I was like, I already have two of their products, but this looked so good. It was something, again, like very unique, work louder style. So I decided to get this one too, and I've been using it since, and I really, really like this keyboard. Why? Because it has the same easeability of creating macros like you was able to do with this, but then with their own software input. We can take a look at that in a second together. And also because I think it sounds very good, and it's back to staggered layout. And staggered layout is still what I was always used to, so it was a little more comfortable than to switch back again, because I was using my laptop a lot as well, which of course has the staggered layout. So yeah, experience have been nothing but great. I haven't had any issues. I've never had any quality issues, so to say, except for like the top module thing, but I think that was solved professionally. So yeah, that's a bit my experience so far, how it's been using them. If you have any specific questions now regarding things I didn't mention, please put them in the chat, and I'll take a moment to look at chat again. Awesome. We're glad over on Instagram. Matty over on saying Instagram, you had a Nomad, you work in TV and film, and it was absolutely perfect for your needs. Both Surface and Mac that would connect to. Yep. Awesome to hear, Maddie. Yeah, so what Maddie says in chat is absolutely something I recognize. The keyboard's so versatile. It can adjust to your needs with the macros you can make, the multi-actions, how you can adjust the dials to what you need, the different layers you can switch between. It's a really comfortable keyboard. Awesome, Maddie. I'm glad to hear. Yeah, we'll get that sorted out for you. We'll get that done. Shadow over on Instagram. We have 6 languages to grave on it. I can have. Okay, so Shadow, I don't think you are able to put your custom language on it. You're always able to, in the software itself, customize what a key does. So that way, perhaps that would help. But no, I don't think we have the option to meet you in that. But you're always welcome, right? Questions like this are a bit more specific to send a DM. And some admin of Work Louder will make sure to answer you with all the information and what's possible. Sang over on TikTok. Welcome to the stream, asking if this ships to the Philippines. Yes, so we ship all over the world except for Russia, I believe. Maybe Mike in chat can confirm that for me. But yes, I believe we do ship to the Philippines. Cheater over on Instagram asking for the new micro. Are there any plans for compatible icon keycaps? So you have to elaborate a bit more. What do you exactly mean? Let's take a quick look at the micro. So over on the website, right, we have the new micro where it comes. Oh, that's the framer. That'll be the second one I pull up. But where it comes with blank, right? And we do have a work icon set. So it is compatible, but only with the newer work icon set, as these older ones use the old switches, which are not compatible with these switches, I believe. So there is an icon set actually, and if you get the framer one, right? If you get the framer creator micro, you'd have the framer switch set, which is really cool, but it also comes with the blanks. If we go scroll down a bit, we see all the switches it comes with. Let me know if that answers your question, and if not, elaborate a little, please. Thanks. Welcome to the stream. Sid over on Instagram. What's up? Glad you joined. Shout out. Cheer, awesome. Sid. Kiara, awesome. Glad to hear that. Sounds good for the price. You should get one, you know, and I'm absolutely not biased at all. Yeah. But if you get one, or once you do, even if you get it tonight, make sure to drop your order number here in chat, and then I'll write it down, and there'll be a little surprise with it for you. So let me know. Hey, what's up, Sad over on X? Glad to have you back. Good to see you again, mate. This is actually my second stream, so if you already recognize me, I guess that means I'm doing something right. But good to see you again, dude. Do you have any Work Louder products yourselves? Let me know. Let me know. Oh, Shadow. Shoot, 4 midterms. Good luck. Good luck. I'll see you next time. NG over on TikTok. I'm just going to say it like that. I don't know how to say your full name, and I don't want to butcher it. Sorry. Can you use it for gaming? Absolutely. Like, this keyboard is great for gaming. Besides that, like, okay, it depends on your specific requirements for a gaming keyboard, or like a keyboard to game on. I don't really play fast-paced games anymore. If I play a video game nowadays, it's FTL. It's pretty cool, small indie game like Faster Than Light, or I play Minecraft. And those are not games that really require light speed connection or reaction. But what is very helpful is that you can make custom actions on the keys. Any key can be a custom action. For example, when you double tap, you can bind that to, I don't know, switching gun, or hotbar switching, or reload, or when you press and hold, that can do something different for every single key. So imagine the amount of options. So I think it's great for gaming, because it doesn't, of course, it just, besides being a normal keyboard that does the normal stuff, you can even customize it further to perhaps aid you in, I don't know, doing quick things that like give you an advantage. Awesome, Zed. Yeah, I'm glad you recognize me. Tech over on Instagram saying hi. Welcome, Tech. Glad to have you here. What's up, Zed? You own all the Work Louder products except the Knob 1. Dude, also all the mouse pads? Do you own those as well? Like everything except the Knob 1? Because then you're even one-upping me, dude. Yeah, I wish I had. Are you planning on maybe getting the Knob 1? Here, let's pull it up. It is so pretty. It is so gorgeous. I will definitely get it at some point, guys. You can already see I'm a sucker for their products, so it's just give me a matter of time. Fun, interesting to tell you. Like fun. What'll be fun in the future? We'll do a stream where I'm gonna switch out my black keycaps for the white ones. I actually ordered the white set because I love the look Mike has on his desk in some of the videos. He uses white keycaps. Yeah, looks great. I can't wait to see that for myself as well. And I also ordered the white tips for the dials, so to make these white to like fully fit into the black and white theme I have going on my desk. Okay, all the keyboard products I was about to say. So we're similar in amount of products. Not the mouse pads. Yeah, me neither. Cool, dude. Yeah. Do you like using them? Do you use your Nomad then, or your Creative board? Which one do you use more often? Awesome. Okay, NG over on TikTok. You've been following our products since the first time. In your other TikTok, the only drawback is the price point. Okay, yeah. Those shipping and import costs can be very annoying when you see a product like this that's already on the higher end of the spectrum, right? I too had to pay an unexpected amount of import costs when I first got this one. I'll tell you what I did. I was surprised. I didn't look at it. I bought the keyboard and then I got an email saying you have a product sitting at the border, and I was like, oh. So that's a way to, you know, surprise yourself, but probably not for the best. Uh, um, well, perhaps if you're ever on a trip, you could do like, of course, I don't know where you are, but if you're ever in, like, you go to America or something, perhaps you can, is that a way? There's also sometimes resellers that offer Work Louder products, but I'm not currently caught up on those. So perhaps that's something you could look into. You don't think you'll get the knob? Why not? Said, isn't the knob like just so pretty? I mean, of course, it's all personal preference, but I think it looks really cool. I love the aluminum body, like the full body. You mostly use the Nomad. Yeah, so similar to me, I also mainly use the Nomad, because it's the most versatile one, right? Is that also for you, or and do you then like use your micro or creator board for some specific programs or like tasks when you for which you don't use your Nomad as much? Let me know. Yeah, so in a Work Louder over on Instagram or in the chat, the mod actually says we no more surprises. That's right. So since then, a lot has changed, and also in how the way shipping is done now. So you shouldn't have any more surprises next to what it'll cost when you check out. I should have said that. You're excited, said to over on X, to see the for the potential modular knob numpad though. Yes, those are renders in the Discord. That might be something to look at. Let me pull that up as well. I actually I'm not quite caught up on that, but I've seen renders of like a versatile way of how the knob could be like attached to different modules that make it like, I don't know, like even cooler. Let's just say that. Let me pull it up to share with everyone watching. So it's over on the Discord. By the way, guys, if you're not in the Discord yet, that's also a really good place to stay caught up on what Work Louder's doing, on the status of your order perhaps, or other general questions. You can find everything there, and also just like-minded people, right? Let me see if I can find those renders. I believe they're also over on Instagram, but I'll be honest, I can't access Instagram from my desktop. I wish Discord had like a media option, you know, where you can like press a button to see all the media that's been sent. That's pretty difficult. Yeah, so NG over on TikTok saying when you have a trip to America, you'll definitely buy it, right? So that could be an option to negate some of the heavy shipping costs if that's to your location. Over on TikTok, Fox saying you like the Nomad V2, but you have no patience. So by that you mean you don't really want to wait. If you buy it, you want to have it like tomorrow. In that case, like I guess if you wait a bit longer, you can buy it when they're actually shipping it. That way I guess you meet your own demand. But I do believe you can still buy some of the Nomad versions, the V1s. So not the graphite, but the or the I believe some of the different languages. Okay, so maybe not in the English anymore. Okay, those are also allowed. Fair. Okay, you'll have to wait for a bit if you need the normal English layouts. Exactly. So, fact, does that mean you're gonna like wait for now and get one when they're shipping? Is that what you're gonna do? Yeah, the Discord renders. Is that over on X? I don't. Yeah, you can try linking, or I don't think I'll be able to press the link. To be fair, let me search in Discord. Yeah, okay, I got it by just typing the word render. That works. If I these, let me download this image. X would be best if you have the X link, but I got an image from Discord now, so I'm gonna pull that up. I can't show Discord because Discord is like stream blocked for now, which is fine. Okay, so everyone in chat wondering what we're talking about. Let me open up the screen. So the Knob 1 has recently come out, which looks like this beautiful aluminum body, very nice layout in the way with the dials and the small screen. And I believe there's like concept renders. I don't know. I'm not aware if they are actively going through with this, but there's renders that have been made to like expand the board with like optional modules, such as this, like a numpad module that you could like perhaps attach or somehow that would work together, and this cool dial. I can already see how this is like useful for like video editing as well, to use like, or drawing programs where you can quickly scroll through like color menus or toolbars. This is like a volume dial that it just looks so cool. Like Work Louder is so great at making renders that catch the eye. That's so nice. Those are what you were talking about, right, Zed? Over on X and Instagram, whatever. Yeah, Vak, I see what you're saying over on TikTok. Saying it makes no sense to buy the V1 now, knowing that the V2 is on the way. Which is, I think you're right. I mean, let's be honest. You can have all the advantages of the V2 if you just wait a bit longer. But if patience is hard, then I can see getting the V1 still. I mean, it's still a great keyboard. I absolutely love this thing, and it hasn't caused me any headaches. Yeah, it's just really cool. So, but I'll be honest. If I was in your position, I would wait. I would wait a bit longer to see when this is shipping, and then I'd get one when it is shipping as well. But for your knowledge, they do send out the keyboards in order of like who ordered it first. They'll get theirs. Like they'll send those first, which of course makes sense. But yeah, it is so cool. So in fact, just to be, because I'm curious, like, what do you like about the Nomad V2? Like, is there anything specifically? Do you like the different keycap style because they're like more angled, probably like a better shape to hold your fingers, so to say? Or is it just that you like the updates and the improvements they've made over the V1? Let me know. Good. Okay, Zed. Awesome. Yeah, spending 700 on 2 keyboards, that could be a bit much. Specifically, if it's the V1 and the V2 of the same keyboard. I totally agree. Yeah. To just share what I think regarding the keycaps, right? So the Nomad V2 has obviously the slanted keycaps, like I could say like that, which will also be available for purchase separately if you have the V1, for example. I really like these flat ones. I think it looks nice. It makes it look very sleek. I'm totally used to the flat ones, also because I've been using the creator board before this one, which has the same kind of keycaps. Excuse me. These are just a different material, kind of. They're like less fingerprint or less like greasy, attractive. Like they resist better to dirt and stuff. At least in my experience, these have remained cleaner than the creator board keys. Okay, so you're saying you don't really like the clunky keys, and you like the way you can customize. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so like me, you'd actually prefer to maybe have the flat type of key. So perhaps that's something you could like add to your order to, because on the website you can of course get the keycaps separately. And so the ones I recently got are the alpha caps. So the Nomad V1 came with also a set of alpha caps, but just the black ones. And now I ordered the white ones. So you might be interested in getting another key set, right? To get the flat ones, depending on what you prefer. Yeah, you like the way it can customize everything you mentioned. Awesome, dude. So do you like then plan on using it for like video creation, or do you use it for gaming? Are you like a creator, or yeah? Let me know. I'm curious. What's up, Julian? Julian? Do I say it right? I'll just say Julian. Nice to have you here, dude. Welcome to the stream. Over on Instagram. Glad to have you here. How are you doing? Do you have any Work Louder products? Share with me. Do you have any questions regarding what's on my desk? Um, did you recently buy a Work Louder product, and have you not dropped your order number in chat? If not, do so, because I'll add a little gift for you. But hey, welcome. Glad to have you here. So Fak over on TikTok says he supposed when the V2 launches, the price of the V1 might go down. I don't know about that, because, well, I can't say anything because I don't know. It might not. What you can already see is the most used like layouts are already sold out of all versions, I believe. Yeah. So only the specific layouts are available for some of the languages. So to be honest, it's already quite sold out. Yeah. Unless of course you can get one of the specific ones. But I don't think they'll restock the V1. Yes, fuck. Working on IT and having a smooth and comfortable keyboard is so important. I used to do web development for like 2.5 years, and having a nice keyboard really makes that a better time. And I think having a Nomad specifically, where you can also customize or get some macros going, can actually help you a lot with that as well, because you can create a macro to automatically push to maybe pull the code base as well, you know, to just automate those small tasks you sometimes need like a few clicks for. I think it could help you a lot. Yeah, awesome, dude. Thanks for sharing. Okay, glad to hear, Julian. Glad I didn't butcher it. Awesome. Whoa, you already have a Knob 1 and an XYZ board on the way? Dude, you are rocking it. You are rocking it. So for everyone wondering, the XYZ board is actually a version of the creator board, but then a bit more of a budget board, because, well, we've discussed the Work Louder boards can be a bit on the higher end of the spectrum in price terms. So let's take a quick look on the websites, right? So I have the XYZ board right here. And as you can see, it is like the main part right here. It's called the work key, but here they've rebranded it to the XYZ board. But it is so the main part that you can customize, I believe, everything in input as well on the newest version, which is great. I'm going to pull up their software next to give you an idea of what that looks like. But it's really cool. It's a bit more budget friendly, because also part of it is 3D printed, right? This is the base. You can, like a Lego kit, I believe. Yeah, they sell as well. You can build it yourself, or you can order it pre-built. That's really cool. Or just a PCB. Oh, and you can probably print your own with the STL if they provide that. Yeah, awesome, dude. Are you planning on like, oh, you won the XYZ numpad yesterday night on Mike's stream. Dude. Julian over on Instagram, you're rocking it. You're rocking it. So you have the Knob 1 and XYZ. So how has the Knob 1 been treating you, man? I'm so curious. So I've been eyeing that one as well to get to add to the collection, right? I think I might have like keyboard stress. I'd look at my desk in the morning and be like, which one do I use? You know, rich people have that with cars. I have it with keyboards. Don't quote me on that. And you have the Work Louder mousepad, man. I wish I was you. No, I don't have a mousepad. I have this like cheap, like kind of felt type of mousepad I use, but the Work Louder mousepad is also really cool. I actually participated in the community mousepad challenge back in the day. I'm not going to show you what I tried to contribute because I am not a graphic like illustrator. But let's pull up the one I'm talking about. So the desk mat I'm talking about is the Miracle one. I remember seeing this in Discord and I was like, oh, this guy's gonna win. And he did, and well deserved. Like, look how cool this is. Do you have that one? Let me know. I'm curious. Let me know. Okay, Joe over on TikTok asking, how is this sound? Which board are you asking about? Do you want to know the Nomad or the Knob? Let me know. I can do you a little sound test of the Nomad, although I don't know if my mic is the best for that, but it might give you a bit of an impression. Do know that we do have sound tests over on our reels on Instagram, or probably also in our TikToks. You'll just have to find it. Julian over on Instagram saying you also won the Nomad carry case that you got from one of Chris's live stream. Man, are you the lucky? You should get a lottery ticket right now. What? The Not one is so nice. The switches feel great. Sound is great in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, I expect nothing less. I have 3 keyboards and I am absolutely happy with all of them. I think they're great. Yeah, awesome. And the aluminum frame feels incredible. Dude, you should be right here. You're convincing me. Should I order it on stream? No. But I'll get it someday. What I will be able to do on stream soon sometime is I'll be able to replace my my keycaps. So I bought the white version of this alpha keycap set. And I also got the Framer Micro Pro silent version. So the wireless new micro. So they recently released this new micro, right? So instead of it being wired, you can now buy the wireless version. Yeah, for me, I mean, everything on my desk is wireless. I use a wireless mouse. Keyboards are. This is the last thing. So I'm glad I have that coming the way. Then I like silent switches. I don't know. These have the clicky. And I originally got the clicky because I like the tactile feedback. But these switches feel fine on the Nomad when typing. They give enough feedback. So, yeah. So I just picked silent for this one. And then I got the Framer version, right? So back when I got it, they didn't have the new micro yet. And then I think it's really cool. It comes with the new keycaps, with the icons as well, the Framer one. And I'm so excited to try out the joystick. Like, that is something really new that I haven't seen on any macro boards yet. So excited to try it out. Julian saying your life is basically sponsored by Work Louder, lol. I mean, if you got 2, oh, that's my tripod again. If you got 2 out of your Work Louder products, like you won 2 out of them, or maybe 3, I can't remember how many you said, then yeah. Good stuff, man. So I'm going to pull up input because I promised like 3 times already I was going to show it and I haven't done so yet. So I'll pull that in a second. And then in the meantime, I see a question from Rob over on Instagram. How do you get 2 video feeds going on the live stream? Amazing keyboards, by the way. So to shortly answer your question, I have 2 cameras. That's basically what's going on. And then I use OBS to make a feed that looks like that. Right, so I can control the top part with I have a few macros set up, right? That's where the micro comes in to control this top part, right? To share my desktop, or I can also cover the camera behind me with this button to make a bigger impression. Yeah, so it's 2 separate cameras that are set up like that. Yeah, I see. Okay, so Mike also, or the, oh, that's, I now have loading. Yeah, let me get rid of that. I see Mike also answered your question. So let's take a quick look at input, right? So I think most, or the Work Louder keyboard, the users are familiar with input now. And if you've had a creator board before, you're also familiar with VIA. And then you can convincingly be convinced and say that input is such a relief. And so much user friendly, especially like VIA is, I'll pull it up in a second as well, but input is so user friendly to use. It's so intuitive. It's quite clear how everything works. And if you don't understand something immediately, there's always someone in a Discord ready to help you out. Julian over on Instagram. Yeah, I don't know who the Work Louder mod is right now. I think it's Mike, but you know, it'll remain a mystery. But to give you guys a quick idea of what we came from. So this is VIA, right? Um, this is the way my Creator Micro is currently set up. These are all like custom keys or like shortcuts I put in, but they don't really look very, it's not very visible what is what. It's quite a hassle to go through. You have the different media macro. The options aren't as intuitive. It's not difficult if you're familiar with like a more developer type of language. But for someone that's totally not as technical and not used to seeing code like this, it can be a bit confusing. And so they introduced input, which is so intuitive. I really like input. You have your very visual overview of your keyboard, and the different keys, of course. And if you click on one, you can, well, set up the action. What do you want it to do? Do you want to set up any actions, any multi-actions, right? On double press, do this. On triple press. For example, I'm going to hide it. When I press my run button here twice, it types in my password. Now, maybe I shouldn't share that on the internet like that, but you guys can keep a secret, right? So the Mac, of course, I'm a Mac user, has a fingerprint login. So you just put your finger on the reader and it opens it. But now I usually use my Mac closed. So to quickly like open it, you now would have to every time put in your password, and I can type my password pretty fast, but it's still annoying, right? If you want to open your passwords app, you have to type it as well. And if you then, so I made a keybind, a macro that on double press, it'll type it in. Perfect. You know, that's just one of the options, one of the examples that you can do. And it's so easy to map. As you just create a multi-action, and then you make that multi-action do an action. So here it is, but I'm not going to open it. Then another tab, the widgets. As you can see here, we have the left side, the cool screen, like the cool gadgets, really. And you can customize that a bit. Now you can see I haven't really done much, but you have a normal profile with like a clock and information regarding your keyboard. You can do a custom wallpaper. So if you're really into setting a theme with your setup, you can make this like a custom image, or like maybe your favorite TV show character. You can do a Pomodoro timer if you're really into studying with like breaks and specific focus sections. And also the Keyboard, which is really cool. When you're typing, this little guy, let me see if I can make it sharp. Well, it looks like this. So it looks like this on the keyboard, and then when you type, it'll count your keystrokes and your words per minute. And then of course there's the media widget. So if you're an avid music listener, like you listen to a lot of music through Spotify, then it will display the cover art on your keyboard, which is really cool, right? I don't look at my keyboard that much, so it's really more a gimmick to me than how often I see it. But when I do look, I think it's really cool. I type without looking at my keyboard, so yeah, I mean, the screen kind of falls away sometime. Yeah, so that's input. If you have any questions regarding this, please share. Feel free to ask. My name is Koen. I am one of the Work Louder guest streamers. I've been using Work Louder products for about 3-4 years, basically since they released the original creator board. Yeah, if you have any questions regarding something that's on my desk, feel free to ask. Always welcome. I'm going to have a look at chat right now. Okay, Vena over on TikTok asking, what should you put on the PCB so you can run a software on it? What should you put on the PCB so you can run a software on it? I don't quite specifically understand. Do you mean your own custom software? So I have never tried modifying the PCB with my custom code or software. I believe there's people in the Discord that have tried in the past with the creator board, but I wouldn't honestly know how and what. So if you have any specific questions regarding to what extent you can maybe mod the PCB to run your own custom code or software. Yeah, okay, so you build your own PCB. I think the best place for you, Vena, is to maybe go into Discord and see if some people have posted about this before, and maybe hit them up. because I won't know. I'm sorry. Um, Julian over on Instagram saying, yeah, input is really nice and you love the UX. Yeah, dude, I totally agree. Thanks, Rima. Oh, did Rima help in that? I didn't know. I know she streams over on the socials as well sometimes. Rob saying over on Instagram, what actions might one set up on the smaller square keyboard for video editing in Premiere Pro? I've been eyeing the one but haven't seen use cases yet. So in that case, I believe you're talking about the micro right here. And I think there's plenty of actions, even small ones, that could be very helpful. So I personally used to edit in DaVinci Resolve, and I'd have the dial set to travel over the timeline, like zoom in and out. And then so this one would zoom in and out on the timeline to make it more compact or more extended. And this one would go over the timeline with the, what's it called? The whatever, the video marker, so to say, to make like more precise edits and cuts. So then multiple of the buttons I'd have mapped to cutting. I'd have one mapped to opening my media bin. I'd have one mapped to open the effects panel, to open my presets, for example. Those small key combinations you usually have to maybe like think out for a second, easily mapped to one place. And that way, wherever you are, and also the micro is the size that you can easily throw into your backpack. You can always work the way you like to do, and it's like a productivity tool that way. And if you, for example, were to get the new micro, you'd also get the input version to customize the micro. So it'll be input compatible, and thus give you even more options with double taps, tap and hold. And you can also just use it for, of course, you can use it for video editing, but also plenty of other programs, right? I don't have as much experience anymore video editing with the micro. So these are the quickest examples I could give. But if you have an idea, just mention it in chat and I'll tell you, or maybe we can even set it up together. Maybe we can look at that. So let me know. Welcome, Jakob, over on Instagram. Or Jacob, sorry. Jakob. Jacob, so cool. Thanks. Glad to have you here. Let me know, what exactly do you like? Do you have an eye for the Nomad? Are you feeling the micro? Let me know. I'm curious. Then over on TikTok, you already asked the question in Discord, but they don't answer. Have you gone through the channel already before to see the people that posted about this? Maybe try and tag them. Yeah. Julian saying over on Instagram, you bought the knob one because of the aluminum design and also because you're right-handed and it felt like it would be awkward to use the screen because it's on the left side. Fair point. I never thought about that. I'm also right-handed. But my right hand is usually on my mouse. So it has never bothered me because, right, if I'm typing away like this, or I'm just usually normal going through work on my desktop, my left hand is always closer to these two knobs here and the buttons here than my right hand would be, because I'd have to leave my mouse and I'd rather not do that. So now that I think about it, I see your point. But the screen has never been that like essential to my workflow. It's only just the dials, and I'd also be able to find those without necessarily looking at the keyboard or needing a different hand. Dagi over on Instagram, it's your first time coming to the live. Can I explain what I'm telling you about, please? First of all, welcome to the live. Whoa, okay, I'm hitting my tripod again. So what I'm talking about right here are the Work Louder products. I am Koen, one of the guest streamers for the Work Louder channel. And I'm here to just really share my experience with 3 of their products that I've had for quite some time, and to answer questions from you guys in chat. So if you have any questions regarding experience with a product, or you want to look at the website together to go through a product you might be eyeing, let me know. Yeah. Glad to have you here, Dagi. Okay, Julian saying over on Instagram, you would have bought it 100% if the screen was on the right on the Nomad. Okay, interesting. So for you, that's really a big thing, right? Whether you're left or right-handed, and whether the screen. So could you like maybe, because now you make me curious. Do you use the screen for specific things? Um, yeah, like what do you use the screen for that it's so necessary for it to be on the right side? Let me know. I'm curious. Um, Venno over on Instagram, over on TikTok. No, I'm not German. I'm Dutch. So the Netherlands, one country to the left. But I do speak a bit of German. So over on Instagram, Rob saying very cool. You need this ASAP, and so depending on what program is open to actions might be different. So the way you map shortcuts, Rob, is by program, like software often has standard hotkeys, right? You can they either have normal, they already have certain shortcuts set up, or you're able to configure hotkeys yourself in the software. And then what you can map the Creator Micro to in input is for these keys, for a key to do a specific combination. So you could, for example, make an action that like presses an order of keys, so that way activate one of the hotkeys in the software. Or you can make a hotkey in some softwares, for example with the F keys. So you can bind F14, which is a key that normally doesn't do anything, to an action such as cut on the timeline or zoom out or zoom in, and then bind that to in input to one of the keys, so that when you press that key based on an action or something, you activate that certain hotkey. Does that kind of answer your question? Let me know. Let me know. And otherwise, I can try and pull up an example to share with you exactly what I mean. Thank you, Julian. Nice to hear my Dutch pronunciation. I mean, I'm not going full on Dutch yet. I could make it worse, but I'll spare us that. Then over on TikTok, are the keycaps injection molded? I believe so, but maybe Mike can give me an assist on that. He knows more, so I believe so. We have more information regarding that on the website, I think. We can look together. So if you go to accessories, keycaps, for example, one of the key sets, it does say details. No, okay, so it doesn't say here. So maybe Mike and chat can help you on that. Over on TikTok, I can't. You don't have a name for me, so I can't call you by your name. But you're saying, I get your wish. I mean, I'm genuinely not the right person to even try asking, because I have in no way the power to give you something like that. But also you have to understand, Work Louder is a small company, right? We make unique products, or they make unique products, and they don't have the target audience yet as a big company like Razer or Logitech. So you have to understand that just giving out free stuff is not something they can do. Me too, here sitting here, everything on my desk I bought myself, right? I'm just streaming on their channel because I think it's cool to talk about their stuff. What you could try is buying a product over $90 on one of the streams with Mike, and perhaps you get lucky enough to get like an extra thing on the Deal or No Deal show. But freebies are not just that easy. Sorry. Julian over on Instagram, for some reason you prefer to use your right hand for everything you do. Like, I cannot write at all with my left hand. Well, okay, I can't write with my left hand either, but that still doesn't mean I need the screen on the right. But I think what you're saying is that you would also prefer these knobs, right, and these buttons on the right side because you're more like controlled with your right hand. I could understand that. Is that what you're referring to? Then over on TikTok, keycaps are the keycaps, and yeah. So I don't know where Mike is, but if you're always welcome to DM, but I do believe they are. But if you really want to make sure, send them a DM on TikTok or on Instagram, and one of the mods, Work Louder admins, will get to you. Julian, you don't have a particular use for the screen, but your right hand, I know the right hand will always be on your mouse and can quickly go on the knobs without blocking the view of the screen. Right, okay. Okay, I get what you mean. So, from what I'm understanding is you're saying I don't want to cover the screen, and my right hand is just knows it. That's what you're saying. uh, awesome, dude. Julian, glad to hear. um, yeah. So, then over on TikTok, you're also trying to build your own keyboard brand. Hey, awesome, dude. Um, way to go. Way to go. Do you take any inspiration from Work Louder? Like, are you creative focused or are you more gaming focused? Let me know. That's cool. What's up, Rima? Welcome to my stream. I've tuned into your stream a few times. Awesome. Good to see you here. How are you? Are you doing good? Awesome. So I'll just introduce myself again for you guys. So my name is Koen. I am Dutch. I am a guest streamer here on the Work Louder socials. I'm here to really just answer questions and talk about my experiences with their products. I've bought all of these myself, and I use them every day. I use the micro right now for the stream, and I really use this every day. The Nomad for work, and a cool thing is that I am one of the first from. I bought this creator board in the first group buy round, so yeah, I'm also one of the long-term creator board users. If you have any questions regarding this very uniquely looking board, feel free to ask. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Any incentives on the Creator Mini 2 if we purchase now? Definitely, Rob. Awesome. Yeah, so if you purchase right now on stream, what I can do is I can write down your order number and you'll get a gift with your order. I can't really say what it is, but it'll probably be something maybe like an extra dial or an extra keycap. I don't know, but at least something cool. And yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Creator Mini 2, let's pull it up on the website. So it'll ship in end of November. So just keep that in mind, right? You're investing in the group buy, in the round. And I'm curious, are you then thinking of going with the Pro one? And are you going silent or clicky? Or the base one, the wired only? I mean, I chose the Pro version of the Framer because I just want that wireless. But I get you might go for the base one because of the price point. But do know, if you like the RGB effect here on the base plate on the body, you can actually order that extra. So you have the Pro version that looks with the extra RGB. That might be really cool if you're into that. Let me know. Let me know. Amir, welcome over on Instagram. Iran. Are you asking if we ship there? I don't know. Instagram, over on Instagram, iHus, do you still have the yellow knob available? Any left over? iHus, have you already ordered something? Like, let me know. I think you could DM Work Louder and they'll maybe they can like add it in to your order. I can write it down if you've ordered something recently. I do think they might have a few left. They'll probably have a few, but you have to contact them. I don't think they're for sale on the website. But DMing or like reaching out is always the best way to see what's possible, right? So glad to see you. Thanks, Rima. Glad to have you here over on Instagram. Having a good time. Vanna over on TikTok. Yes, so much inspiration, but we want to make ours more affordable. I mean, good luck. It's awesome that you're gonna try and set something up like that. I think in your journey you'll probably come across quite a few things why Work Louder is at the point they are, right? So cool. Yes, true. Julian over on Instagram, Rima, he was yapping about you. That's great. He was saying how you help with the UX of input. I didn't know that. That's really cool. I didn't know you were an UX designer as well. Awesome. Rima, okay. So the creator board, in my opinion, is a totally different tool compared to the Nomad. For me, this board was really something I used a lot when I used to edit, like was very creative in what I was doing. So video editing and photo editing, and then it allowed a lot of space for custom macros. Um, I like the dials on the creator board like a bit more than the Nomad. They're a bit bigger, so their tactile feedback is a bit nicer, and I think to grab them is like you're grabbing onto something bigger, just so to say. Like, so this, I came from this to this, and then I guess I like the feel of these a bit more. But for me, this was a tool to increase my productivity in specific softwares. So whilst the ortholinear layout of the keys didn't necessarily make the typing bad or uncomfortable, I got to my old typing speed in about a month or two. For me, it was like a very intentional keyboard, and now I have the Nomad. Also, to say I don't video edit, I don't do as much creative work anymore. I got the Nomad, and the typing experience on this is just, for me, a lot more comfortable. I like the typing sound. I think it sounds great. My girlfriend thinks it sounds great. That's also important. Uh, um, and I think it's also really pretty, like, right? It's just another unique product that's cool to have on the desk. So yeah, I'd love to tell you more about it sometime. Awesome. Andrea over on TikTok. When will the Framer Creator Micro ship? Okay, yeah. So that kind of information is always available on the website, actually. So it's going to ship end of October. So probably we're nearing when they're going to start shipping. Usually they'll announce it as well. If you're not in the Discord yet, make sure to join the Discord. They usually post most recent updates there, and it's a good way to stay in touch with the community and with Mike and Mattia themselves. But yeah, so the schedule is late October, so should be somewhere in the next week. We'll see. Rob over on Instagram, you chose the Pro and the silent, or you'd go for the Pro and the silent version. So that's basically the same setup I have. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. Me too. The wireless is just on top. I don't think for the price it's that big of a deal. And I also like the silent. I'm silent version. Do you like plan on using it in an office, or is it just because you'd rather have silent than clicky? Let me know. Yeah, totally agree, Julian. Rima, you've done a great job on the UX. Yeah, shout out to Mattia and Mike as well. Yeah. Dodgy over on Instagram. How about the shipping? Because I live in Ethiopia, and will the shipping be able to get to me? Yes. So we ship worldwide. In theory, it should be possible to get the keyboard to you. If you're wondering regarding the shipping costs, if you go to order your product on the website and continue through the portal to where like the payment would be, and you like fill in your address, you'll see what the total will be, and that should be the total. There should be no extra import costs or whatever. So if you're wondering, you can see it there. Rob over on Instagram. I don't think I like the lights on the base, to be honest. I'm not sure if I want to be hearing the clicks nonstop if I'm working late night. Might be disruptive. Totally agree. I'll be honest though, the clicks, it's not disruptive, so to say. Like I'm not typing away on this thing the same way I use the keyboard, so I think it'd be a lot more noticeable on a keyboard than the micro. But I still get what you're saying. I mean, I also went for the silent option. And I also see what you mean by the lights. Being honest here on stream as well, I usually have this off actually. I'm going for the full like transparent tech look. I have these like Muji pens, like the typical designer pen, you know. I like the atomic shell because I just love that transparent look. RGB used to be cool like 5 years ago for me. And now I like the piece kind of, the no lights. I also don't need lights to see what I'm typing because I touch type without looking at the keyboard, so I can totally imagine why you're saying that. Funny story, Remo over on Instagram, you cold open mic on LinkedIn, and that's how you got. Wow, that is so cool. See, it's always worth reaching out or doing stuff, putting in effort, and that way, awesome opportunities like that can happen. Um, Vena over on TikTok. Do you buy the parts or make them by yourself? Are you regarding to the way Work Louder builds its keyboards? Because I wouldn't be able to tell you as much about that, but they manufacture like they manufacture, I believe, most of it themselves, if not all. Yeah, of course, the parts construct out of different things, like maybe the screen they order, right? But for the most part, I believe the keycaps, those are custom. The shell is custom made. I believe the PCB and everything. So a lot of it is custom. I mean, the battery might not be, but yeah, most of it is. Remo over on Instagram, you do love the bigger dials and you're excited to try the XYZ for that reason. Oh, you have an XYZ coming your way? Yeah, you're okay. You'll love that. So it's also going to be your first experience with the ortholinear then. Getting new stuff is always fun. Let's be honest here. Getting new stuff, always fun. I'm excited to hear it. So you might be streaming it, unpacking it and everything. So that'll be cool. But yeah, it's a blast. And also the XYZ is now compatible with input. And I was just like talking about how input is so much nicer than VIA. I wish I could set this thing up in input as well. Maybe in the future. Who knows? Julian, you're getting too many LinkedIn notifications. No need to flex, brother. He got me annoyed over on Instagram. That's very important. Yeah, girlfriend should not be annoyed by keyboards. No, but that is more in the sense of like when I have friends over and like they see my desk set up or like the stuff I have in my home, it's always a thing they know. Like they've never seen a keyboard like this before, and they're like, "Whoa, that's cool. What does it do?" I mean, I can see it's a keyboard, like, but it looks different. Explain. And the same with this one actually. Even though it's a more normal keyboard, the screen always makes people curious. So that's just something really cool about the Work Louder product. Something that's really unique. Cam, over on Instagram, you dropped a hashtag. Does that mean you want to drop an order number? Or are you making a joke with what it says on screen with drop your order hashtag in chat? Otherwise, you're missing a few numbers, buddy. Julian, over on Instagram, dude, you're always welcome to yap in chat. There's no yapping that is too much. Always welcome. I'm yapping the entire time here. 2 hours have passed and I didn't even notice. Oh, you're yapping too much to Mike on the account. No, I think I'm sure he doesn't mind. Tom over on Instagram, when are the Creator Micro shipping? Yeah, so let's take a quick look at the Creator Micro. Right, it was recently announced about 2-3 weeks ago, I believe. And if you go on the website here to the bottom part of the order page, you can see here it starts shipping end of November 2025. So end of next month, they should start shipping. Now, there can always be something happening like that causes a bit of a delay, but it's a good indication. Tom, are you thinking of perhaps getting one, or did you already order one? Have you already, if you ordered one, did you already drop your order number in chat? Make sure to do so because I can add you a little gift. Yeah, let me know. I'm curious. So you got a Creator Micro? Julian over on Instagram, but Koen, RGB on Work Louder products. I know they are good RGB products. I agree, but I guess I'm not on that level, Julian. You have to see my point of view. No, there is a time and place for RGB, but it is not on my desk. It is behind me in the background. But I agree. The Work Louder products do look absolutely beautiful with the RGB. I'll set some more colorful RGB up next time so we can all explore that. Okay, that's gonna be hard over on TikTok. Yeah, I mean, hard but rewarding, right? Anything in which you put time and anything you give it time and attention grows usually. Yeah. Over on TikTok, I would not know how to say your name, but can you please show the XYZ? Not sure if to buy. Of course. So let's take a look at the XYZ and please feel free to share like what makes you hesitant, like what's causing you to not be sure. I'll give you a quick peek on what the XYZ will be like first. So the XYZ keyboard is this module of the original creator board. So if we go to the website, we pull that up right there. We go to keyboards and we have the XYZ board. You'll see it is this module. Now it's an ortholinear layout, which means instead of the keys that are staggered like this, like most keyboards are, they are straight and vertical and horizontal like this. Now, don't let that scare you too much. I know it'll be it is a bit of a different typing experience, but you'll get used to it, I promise. And to me, it makes no real difference in typing speed. You can customize every single key here in Input, which is Work Louder's own macro mapping software. Let me know any specific questions, like what's keeping you on the edge. I'll answer some more questions on the stream in the meantime. Rob over on Rob, that's my beautiful pronunciation. Rob over on Instagram. Do you stream for other ecom brands? Asking for a friend. No, I don't. No, that's the easy question. The answer there. No. Sans over on Instagram. What's up? Glad to have you on the stream, my man. Glad to welcome. Do you have any questions regarding the products? Feel free to ask about my experiences. Over on Instagram, Julian, getting new stuff is always fun. Getting, probably too much. Work Louder is awesome. Right on the nail, my friend. Absolutely right. It is too much fun. I love getting the Work Louder products, and I'm so excited for the Creator Framer Micro to arrive. I'll probably be unboxing it on a stream as well. I'm getting a new keycap set, so we'll probably be switching those out on a stream some other time. So stay tuned for that. How do you, over on Instagram, Sans asking, how do you plan to cater after launch services like repair and all? So we have a support team. And other than that, honestly, I can't tell you too much about that, but if you have any questions, you're always welcome to ask in the Discord or DM Work Louder themselves. I am here as a guest streamer. I don't actually work for Work Louder. I bought all these products myself. I just share my experiences here. My experience of actually a defect I had with my loop pad was very good. Mike and Mattia helped me themselves personally, right? The CEOs of the company. And when we couldn't solve it, they sent me a new module. So I have no bad things to say about it. Rima, over on Instagram, you've had many friends stop me and ask about it because you take your Nomad every. Exactly, right? It's such a unique and cool product that it catches people's attention. I'm glad you share that experience with me. Awesome. Julian, just random post. You still have to finish your engineering degree. I know how that is. I recently finished my degree, and yeah, LinkedIn. I honestly, it's also gotten kind of slop, right? It's full of stuff. I feel you. Tom, over on Instagram, you just ordered a Framer Micro, dude. Awesome. Which one? You got the Framer Micro? Did you get the Pro or the base version? Did you get the silent or the clicky switches? Awesome. Okay, you put your order number in chat. Great. I am going to write that down, and we'll make sure you get a little gift with your order. That's what happens when you order on stream, guys. Or also if you've ordered before, just drop your order number in, and I'll make sure you get a little nice surprise with that. Glad you, awesome, dude. Great to hear. I'm sure you'll love it. But yeah, I'm also curious, like, what do you plan on using it for? Are you video editor? Do you like macros? Let me know. Put it in chat. Good stuff. Let me see. Okay. And you already got a few free knobs included, Tom. Yeah, so could be awesome. Good to hear. Is that with the deal with the key sets? Could be. Alex over on Instagram. Sorry, dude, we don't give out free keyboards, but if you stick around during some of the other streams, maybe you get a chance to win something if you purchase something. Sans over on Instagram. You live in India waiting for us to become a MNC. Okay. I'm guessing because in India the shipping cost might be very high. That makes you like consider like even like hesitant to buy something because like the price shoots up because of that. Julian over on Instagram. Just a bit of RGB is okay, not a Christmas tree of RGB. Yeah, but what's a bit? That's also like a personal opinion, right? So, in my opinion, this is a little bit of RGB. That's plenty. But that could differ. Then over on TikTok, asking if I could show you the foots of all the 3 keyboards I have. Of course. I'll start with the Nomad. Very clean with the rubber feet. And this very cool riser, which is actually a ruler, guys. If I can get that to focus. It's actually, you can use it as a ruler. Does it focus? Maybe not like this. Yeah, like that. So that's just a magnetic strip attached to the back of the keyboard. But you can use it as a ruler. Pretty cool, right? Then we have the Creator board, which has the translucent base plate. Really cool. The RGB shines through this so well. Let me see if I have any RGB set up. Let me unplug the micro really quick. So unfortunately this one isn't wireless yet. So you can also, yeah, okay. So like that's the RGB strip, but look how well, that looks so good. Yeah. So that's the underside of the Creator board. And then the Micro has this just clean base plate, right? The stand, when I plug it in, the RGB shines through quite nice. I really like how it frames the Micro so nice. Flame over on Instagram, how does it sound like? What keyboard or micropad are you referring to? I'm happy to do a little sound test for you. Just let me know what you're referring to. Rima, okay, thanks for joining, Rima. Glad to have you. I'll definitely be popping in on one of your streams some other time. Have a good evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are in the world. Dot over on TikTok. Hey guys, big fan here. Are you maybe looking to send your products to a struggling startup founder? I can't say anything about that. I'm sorry. I'm one of the guest streamers here on Work Louder. I don't actually work for Work Louder. I just have their products. These I all bought myself. Inquiries like these are always a long shot, to be honest, but you're always welcome to send a DM, right? To reach out is always a way to shoot your shot. It's better than doing nothing. TikTok, over on TikTok, 902. I'm gonna say that because that's the end of your username. Thanks. I got magnetic keyboard, but now I need a dual PC setup, so wireless keyboard is a must. Dude, the Nomad is the keyboard, the newer version or the knob one, or the XYZ, also. So the XYZ, okay, let me explain to you why I said the Nomad or the knob is the version for you. These keyboards allow for you to connect 2 devices wirelessly through the switch. So you can have 2 separate, I need to cover that for this to get sharp. Here is the switch on the Nomad, and you can either have it set to, like, you have 3 options. One is wired, you have Bluetooth option 1 and Bluetooth option 2. So that way you could like wirelessly connect them to your PC1 and PC2, and then by switching the button on the keyboard, decide which PC it's connected to. Sounds perfect, right? If you were thinking of using the XYZ, you can of course also do that, but you'll probably have to switch them, because I might be wrong, but I don't believe it's wireless. Is it wireless? Wired only, yeah. So the XYZ wouldn't give you that flexibility. Then you'd be looking at like a Nomad V1, V2, or a knob. Yeah, awesome. Let me know if you have any more questions, 902. Julian over on Instagram. This information is not publicly available, you think. I lost my thought there. But okay. Sorry. I don't know what you're referring to at this point. I'm sorry, Julian. I kind of lost it in all the chatting I've been doing. 902 over on TikTok. Really like your other keyboards, but would like to test the XYZ first, budget wise. Okay. Fair. But the XYZ is something totally different than the Nomad or the knob. The experience typing on the XYZ will probably most likely be similar to the creator board, and it is different than what it is on the Nomad. And I mean that in terms of course, the Nomad and the knob are staggered keyboards, and the XYZ is a ortholinear keyboard. Now, if you're specifically looking for the input experience, then I get it. You're totally right. But if it's like, yeah, depending on what you're looking for, let me know. Maybe I can help you answer some of those questions for you. Julian, it's weird because the order numbers are 23,000 plus not 20. Yeah, so maybe he sent me a different number. I know there's some confusion around this. There's like an order number, and I believe I did wrong sometime myself as well. But I'll get it sorted out. We'll make sure it works. Let me see. I'll also write down what he ordered so that we know. But thanks for noting that, Julian. That's great. Then over on TikTok, if I can answer your question, Vena, let me see. So yeah, so didn't I show you all the undersides of the keyboard? Wasn't that your question, or did you have a different question? The last question I saw from you, Vena, is the foots of all the keyboards. Went over those. If you want it again, let me know. Let me take a sip of water, guys. Imperfect Photons over on Instagram sharing their order number. 22257. Awesome. Thanks for noting it down. For naming it in chat, I'll make sure I'll communicate that and get you a little gift in your order. But out of curiosity, let me know, what did you get? What did you order? And did you order it this evening, or this like during the stream, or did you get it before? Let me know. I'm curious. Awesome, Rob. Thank you over on Instagram. You've been sold. I mean, I'm just sharing my excitement about these products. I really believe they are fun and beautiful tools to use, and I will keep doing so for as long as they last me. And the creative board hasn't failed me yet, and I don't expect these others to fail me. So they'll probably last you a lifetime. Glad I was able to help. Yeah. Let me know if you when you decide on pulling the trigger, and make sure to give me that order number. Blanche over on TikTok. What's the most silent keyboard? So the most silent keyboard, I don't know whether it is the Nomad or the knob. And it all depends kind of on the switches. So the keyboards use custom work louder switches, which there's some typing tests over on TikTok and Instagram. I can give you a little typing test of my Nomad. I'll put the mic up to it in a bit. But it's probably the Nomad or the knob one. Do know these are hot swappable, so if you don't like the sound of the switches, you can swap them out for, I believe, Gateron low profile switches, but it's best to check the compatibility. Let me see. no switch details. But for your idea, it's not every MX switch that is compatible, so be careful with that. And yeah, I'll give you a little sound test right now. I'm going to turn it off so that I don't do random unintended inputs. So do that. Let me lower my microphone to the keyboard. That way, probably a bit better. All right. Perfect. So I hope that gave you a bit of an impression how loud the Nomad V1 is. I believe the V2 uses the same switches. And maybe the Knob 1 sounds a bit different because of the body, right? The aluminum body. I'd recommend checking it out over on the Instagram Reels page or the TikTok where you can find the different typing tests that have been done already. Went over on TikTok because I'm doing the foots of the keyboard right now and I want to do a plastic cage with magnets. Okay, plastic cage with magnets. I mean, none of these have a plastic bottom, I can tell you that. So the Nomad has an aluminum bottom, right? This also has an aluminum style base with a rubber ring for anti-slip. And then the creator board is, okay, so this is plastic, of course. So yeah, for your idea, this is like you could 3D print this riser in theory, like this. Julian, yeah, don't worry, answer to some comments. Okay, awesome, Julian. Thanks for being my wingman in chat over on Instagram. I'm glad to count on you. Okay, 902 over on TikTok. So basically, wireless is a must, so we'll consider the Nomad then. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. And I think the Nomad is the Nomad or the Knob, but the Knob is a bit pricier. Honestly, it's also really nice, but this will give you the option to switch between 2 or 3 devices even, which is, I think, what you'll be looking for. Yeah. Awesome, 902. So yeah, if you have any other questions, let me know. If you need an example of like the way to map or action buttons and stuff, or if you want to hear how I have mapped different buttons, let me know. I'm happy to share that. Julian over on Instagram, no, because some people send their order numbers and I know that the number is higher than 23,000. Okay. I mean, I'm sure they'll sort it out in the back end, right? It's not the time to worry about it. Over on TikTok, Vanna, no, I mean the question that I asked now. Vanna, could you maybe resend that question because I don't think I understand what you're referring to. Julian, on Instagram, your order from yesterday was 2324, so all the other numbers that I use give you cannot be an on stream. Okay, well, that's fine. I mean, that's okay. Okay, so you're saying the Knob 1 is probably quieter. I hit my tripod again, guys. I should not go backwards with my chair. So the Knob 1 is a bit quieter, is what Julian is saying. So 902 over on TikTok. I'm connecting you guys here. There's your idea. So maybe, or who? Oh no, it wasn't 902 who asked the question about silence. It was someone else. But there's your answer. Cash over on Instagram. Welcome to the stream, man. Asking when the Nomad V1 is getting restocked. The Nomad V1 is not getting a restock, I believe, but we got the Nomad V2, which is the better version of the Nomad V1. It's like the upgraded version. It's got a better battery. You can see there's a few stylish differences. For example, here these, can't really zoom in on it, but these tips of the dials are like transparent, coherent with the body, whereas for me they are like a neon kind of yellow greenish thing. So there's a few stylish differences, of course, besides the keycaps, and some internal things. But so it is a better keyboard. Navas over on Instagram. What's up, dude? Hey, all. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you here with us joining today. Good to see you, man. Do you have... Is this your first time tuning into the stream? Do you have any Work Louder products yourself? Do you have any experience? Do you have any questions regarding maybe what you see here on my desk? I'm one of the guest streamers of Work Louder, so I'm here just sharing my experience, my story regarding using their products. So yeah, let me know. Yeah, Van over on TikTok. I think your messages might have had a delay. I also don't see them. Maybe. Are you sure they were sent? Don't worry about spamming. Just send it. Julian is is also doing his thing over on Instagram. Yeah, the knob one is definitely quieter, is what Julian said. Awesome, dude. Yeah. For me, the Nomad is not loud, or so to say, right? It doesn't bother me, the sound. So before you think like the knob is the quiet one and the Nomad the loud one, I don't think that's the case. I just think the knob might be a bit more silent. Boy over on Instagram, share your full MicroPad shortcut setup. Show us what it looks like on VIA. Sure, let's have a look at that. So I'll open VIA here in front of me, but I'm gonna say something up front first. I don't use all the buttons that are on here right now. I used to do a lot of video editing, used to do a lot of photo editing, graphic, visuals, illustrative, but I don't do that as much anymore. So I don't have actually everything set up. I can show you some of the things I've set up for the stream, which will be cool to see in VIA. Yeah, just to be upfront about it. I'm gonna load VIA here, but it's loading for you. So in the meantime, while I wait for VIA to be loaded, I'll take a look at chat. Yeah, okay. So boy over on Instagram, when is the MicroPad community shortcuts page coming? There's no defaults and no way to source what others have done despite the site advertising community pages. They are difficult to set up. True, because there used to be a community page with some setups of showing how other people had done it. I don't know why those were taken offline. I think you might be able to still find some guides or tips over in the Discord. Discord is always a good place to look regarding help, or if you have questions or curious to see what other people have done. I believe I've even posted something in there at some point. But the new Creator version, Creator Micro, compatible with Input, will of course solve a majority of those issues. So it'll be much more user friendly with the UI to create custom shortcuts. Let me just make sure VIA is starting. I have to restart it. I don't know their plans regarding the community page. I'll have to check up on that. I'm sorry. Vena over on TikTok. Yes, I'm very sure, but I can't send it again. Okay. I see that the aluminum is cooler, but it's very expensive. But I do a premium board with aluminum. Yeah, cool. So you're going through that process right now. Awesome, man. And I guess that also creates an understanding for you, like what it takes to create cool stuff like this, right? Boy over on Instagram, I'm a programmer and thought I could get a lot of value out of this and struggled to set it up. I'm waiting on the Figma creator that uses the new tool to program them. Sorry, I kept saying those before finishing messages. Okay. So yeah, I see Mike's answer over on Instagram and chat already. The presets will be available with Input, and you'll be able to import those projects much easier. Mike, perhaps you can answer the question of Boy over on Instagram. And I'll tend to Million. Welcome, dude. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, Million. I see your sparkles over on Instagram. Feel free to have any questions here regarding the products on my desk, or if you may be thinking of getting a Work Louder product and you're wondering or you want to go over it together, let me know and I'll pull up the page. If you're curious towards input, towards the stuff behind the keyboard, right? The software, let me know. Beth over on Instagram, the stream is quite impressive. What are you guys using in terms of broadcasting? Thanks. Mike knows. I don't. I use OBS here on my site, so I built this. What you're seeing is basically the setup I've built together, of course, with Mike, where I have 2 cameras, one set up with my face, one behind me, the tripod to share this desk view, and then I can share my my screen by switching the buttons. Now, to broadcast to the different social channels, I believe we use a special tool that sets that up and allows you to go live. Mike is actually working on a streaming tool to make this process for companies and other businesses easier to do, to also get into the streaming business like this, cross-media streaming. So that'll be something to stay tuned for. So yeah, okay, boy, over on Instagram, I see the Work Louder mods have just answered. So they require a different chip. That's why they aren't compatible with input. It requires the chip in all our new products. That being said, we do still have the preswords in our Discord pinned. So, boy, regarding your questions, regarding some for the presets with the VIA setup, VIA is right here. I finally got it working. You can find those in the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord yet, go to the Discord, and then there in the channel, probably Creator Micro or like presets, there's some files you can find on that. I've also found that ChatGPT can actually help you with the code for VIA. So instead of making countless macros, I can give you this tip. I use the where is it? Special. And I use the any option, and this allows you to make a shortcut like this, which is basically saying Control-Shift-4, and this is Control-Shift-5, instead of having to bind all of that to a macro. But I know ChatGPT can help with the more complex ones, which you do have to bind to a macro, so that's just for you to know. But I, like Mike said in the chat on Instagram, make sure to check out the Discord. People are always willing to help there. Maybe I can even help you if I see your question. So yeah, that's what I would do for now. Let me see what's going on in chat. So that's the answer. Went over on TikTok. You like to be in our stream? You do many videos on TikTok about the keyboard. Maybe I can look. Sure. I'll open it up after stream, but that'll be cool. I'll look it up. Awesome. Glad to have you here, buddy. Always welcome, and I'm here to answer questions and just talk about the cool stuff we make. So yeah. Boy over on Instagram, can't wait for the Figma to ship and use input. Wish I could play around with the UI before having the keyboard. When I open the app, it's just a white screen, so I can't get familiar with the program. Okay, boy, I totally get what you mean. You're saying you got the Figma. I think you're referring to the Framer version, right? Because the Figma version is the old Creator Micro with the old chip. The Framer version, let's just take a quick look at the website, is the new micro with also the wireless or the base. Did you get the wireless or the Pro? Let me know. That's cool. But let me pull up input for you. So you say you want to practice with input. I can already tell you this is so intuitive. It is like the easiest thing to set up. You have basic keys, but everything special relies on these actions. You can switch it up like this. Show you show you a bit more of the screen. So we have the actions, which are basically the shortcuts, the macros you make. You can make, I believe, an infinite amount. And you can make multi-actions. With this, you can bind the on tap, the double tap, on hold, the tap and hold. This is where the magic happens for real. But just looking at this, there, click to assign. You just select the key you want to assign on the different on the multi-actions. For the actions, you create just a string of keys you want to be pressed in what order with what amount of time in between to create the macros. It's really as simple as that. I understand that you'd rather like get a feel for it already, but I mean, there's nothing to map. So of course the software is not able to yeah, show you what it could function because there's nothing to do. Greetings from Argentina over on Instagram by Nacho. I'm gonna call you Nacho. Nacho led. Awesome. Well, welcome to the stream, man. Over in Argentina all the way. What's up? Glad to have you here. If you have any questions regarding the products you see on my desk, there we go. Feel free to ask questions. I am one of the guest streamers for Work Louder. My name is Koen. I bought all of these myself. Before you think I got all these for free and talk about it for them. No, I really am just excited about the tools I use. Feel free. Welcome to the stream. Yes. Okay. So Beth, I believe you asked the questions regarding the streaming setup for the broadcasting. Mike just threw it in chat, so it's many stream. So they're building a tool to just do this. So if you're ever interested, perhaps you could help in testing. Hit him up there. Justin over on Instagram, you should let me join, bro. Trust. What are you referring to? Do you want to stream as well? I don't know. Ed over on Instagram, are you guys thinking of putting a screen under the keyboard so we can put GIFs, photos under the keys to customize it? Whoa. How would that even be possible? Because the keys need a PCB to sit on, and then you'd have like a screen under the keys, under the keyboard. Is that what are you like thinking of a screen that would sit behind the keys so that like the video or like something on the screen would shine through on the keycaps? I don't think there's plans for that. I think that it would also be quite difficult to execute. But let me know. Perhaps we can think of something together. Then over on TikTok, my videos are a bit older are better in my series. Okay, awesome, dude. I'll check it out. Yeah, thanks for sharing. Boy over on Instagram, I can't get it to dubstep as for SQL since the text doesn't come out in order when using macros. Is there an alternative for delay? Since the text doesn't come out in order when using macros, is there an alternative for delay? So are you saying you're having difficulty in setting the delay in VIA right now, or would the delay cause problems in input? From what I'm understanding from your question is that you're trying to put out text, so a string of letters, right? And they are not put out in the right order because of certain delay settings. Let me know. Yeah, so you meant the framer over there. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. You got the base, although you kind of regret it, but don't want to go back to the end of order list and change order to wait longer. Boy, you can maybe just message, maybe you've already done that, but message Work Louder on Instagram, just see what's possible. They've changed my order for me a few times to add products or change something. Yeah, often there's plenty of things possible. Just reach out. I'd recommend that. Julian, I've stopped over on Instagram. I've stopped chatting so you can read all of the comments. Thanks, mate. Anyway, it's time for you to go watch the F1 quali. Oh, dude, it's been nice to see you as well, man. Have a blast watching the qualifier. I guess I'll miss it, although I'm not the biggest F1 fan. But of course, I have to support Max Verstappen. Dude, Julian, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you another time. Glad had a blast having you on. Yeah, okay, so boy, you see what Mike said over on Instagram. You'll actually be able to keep your spot in the queue. So reach out if you want to change your order for the Pro version, the wireless one, since you have the same order number. Awesome. Alex throwing in some fire. Thanks, dude, over on Instagram. Hey, I haven't seen you in the stream yet. Welcome, dude. If you have any questions, anything, maybe you'd like to look at the keyboards together, let me know. Boy over on Instagram, it'd be huge if you could solve that. The keys don't come out in order. It's like all the buttons are pressed at once, recorded or coded string. Yeah, so input definitely solves that. So let's take a look here at how we create an action. So if I want to create an action, and let's say I'm going to spell something, of course it can be as long pretty much as you want, I could just record it. So I could press record, press words, for example, just an example, and then it'll create this, and I can add here a little delay between each letter to make sure it always types it the way I want it to, right? And you can even change this to just 5 milliseconds to or 20, so that it's not like, even though it's already not that long, but the customizability is here. So this will probably make sure that your issues you're currently experiencing won't be happening. Let me know if this is what you were looking for, and if this solves your issue. I believe it does, but I'm happy to go over it. If you want me to showcase it again, let me know. Ed over on Instagram. Maybe we can put screens in the keycaps so we can customize the buttons to show whatever we want, like the stream back, but much better quality. Whoa. I get what you're saying, Ed. I'll be honest here as well. I'm not part of the Work Louder development team. I'm just an enthusiast here sitting talking about the stuff I have from them. I find it hard to imagine that idea working. So you're basically saying an entire stream deck the size of a keyboard, right? This thick. You've seen the Stream Deck XL. That thing is like a block. And then they all have screens, and they have to be nice to press, like the switches probably, because you don't want a heavy typing experience. I think that would be quite the engineering challenge to have screens that big. It would definitely be cool, so to say. It would basically be just like, yeah, a super big numpad keyboard. But I think that would be quite the challenge to build something like that. Boy over on Instagram. Yes, the string of letters. Some people use this to automate password input. I want to use this to dump SQL templates. Okay. Yeah. The string doesn't come out. It happens when I record typing the string or when coding. Okay. Yeah, that sucks really. But yeah, so I see Mike is helping you over on Instagram. You can have the via type out a string by creating a macro in the macro menu option. Yeah. Oh, so wait, are you saying that you currently try to write out the SQL string through this key, through the any? Because then in what the mod is saying, okay, so you did do it through the macro input. Phew. Yeah. My experience, I have never encountered that, so I wouldn't know exactly how to find. Yeah, okay, you're saying through the macro key. Yeah, so I think input will definitely help you on this issue because it allows for you to customize like this, right? With the different delay settings between each inputs. Yeah. Vena over on TikTok, would you say that I should connect the two cages with magnets or screws? So what would be the advantage in having the cage connected with magnets over screws? So I'm assuming you're talking about the top shell and the bottom shell of a keyboard, right? Whether to connect them with magnets or screws. Do you expect people to like break open their keyboard like that? Like, in what case? Why would that be necessary? Why would that? So I don't see why. Like magnets, putting magnets in products, that's what I do know, is usually quite expensive, or it can get expensive. So in that case, screws would definitely be cheaper. But also the question, why would you need magnets? Yeah, I'm going a bit off topic, but you've made me curious, man. You've got my attention. Yeah, but boy, over on Instagram, okay, just type hello and assign it to a key and then try it in Excel or numbers. I'm asking specifically about the older version of VIA. Sorry, we'll stop showing. No, it's okay. But because you said you got the Framer version, I thought I'll show you how it would work in input. But I'll set it up in VIA with you for a second to try it out, right? I actually do have the positive experience because I used a shortcut on my old creator board to automatically type out my password, and that was always fine. So let's try setting it up together right now here on stream. I'll use this one I haven't used yet. To show you how I'm setting it up, I'm gonna quickly just type it in myself. Just code it. KCH. Just type hello. Right? That's what you're saying. Is it with... Is it with comma in between? I don't remember. Yeah, it's with comma in between. So KC. Is that right? The hello and assign to a key and then try it in Excel or numbers. Yeah, okay. Hello. Like this. Should work then, right? Let me see if I did it correct. Yeah, okay. In the meantime, I'll just take a look at chat, boy, and then I'll come back to this for you. Yes, with comma. Okay. Then over on TikTok, it's way easier to open the keyboard with magnets, but I get what you mean. I need to ask my community. Yeah, sure, dude. Do that. I see Legendary Wizard over on YouTube. Dude, welcome to the stream again. There are issues in doing that too, lol. Yeah. If you put magnets in the case, if you pull off the case, the power switch will just fall out. That could be one potential issue. Absolutely. Patrick over on TikTok. Love the keyboard, but I get why they're expensive. Wish they were cheaper. Dude, I know. And I think this is like the #1 comment WorkLouder gets. But they did release the XYZ board, right? So if you want to if you want to try out one of the WorkLouder products, maybe the XYZ board is the one for you. It's like their core. It brings everything together of their core. It gives their customizability of the macros. It gives their unique design. I here have the original creator board, but so you'd be getting this part. And $90 is like affordable. It's still not the cheapest, of course. There's really cheap gaming keyboards, and you can probably get a nice keyboard for this. Other nice keyboards, but it is still something very unique you're getting, and you're investing in a small company. And it's so versatile. You don't have to necessarily use this for typing. You can use it as a macro pad themselves, perhaps as like a bigger micro. So yeah, maybe this might be the right step for you. Let me know what do you think of the XYZ, Patrick? Maybe I can help you clear up some thoughts. Let me look at VIA. Has it loaded yet? No. Okay, yeah, okay, it has. Then let me now... Oh, I've pushed that button. Okay. Let me now load it to the key map. So I'll just put it here. Put the macro 15. And then let me open a blank web page for you. Let me open this right so that I need to just shape that. Okay. So boy, over on Instagram, are you still here? Yeah, okay. I think you are. Let's try. So I put the macro on which I have the string of hello, right? On my micro here. And let me just open the web page. So let's see what it does. So it does type hello very, very fast for me. So this doesn't seem to give me any issues. So try the output a few times. It does for me. So I think for me it works every time consistently. You see? Maybe I can make it a bit bigger because I do see that on stream this looks quite small. But I think this already gives you what I'm talking about, right? So maybe you need to update VIA. Could that be it? I've updated VIA a few times. What version are you running? For me, it's working very consistently. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Or if I'm still doing it wrong, also say that. Yep. Legendary Wizard over on YouTube. You actually just bought one yesterday. You bought one yesterday. You bought the XYZ board yesterday, or what? I'm not following. What did you get, Legendary Wizard? Let me know. I believe you. Don't you have every product? I've seen you in Discord. I know you have the Nomad, and I know you have the Knob, and I believe you used to have the Micro. I'm not sure. Let me know. Then over on TikTok, but I find screws way cooler, and there are not many magnets with these specs. Yeah, so in that case, then I'd like go back to, why why would you want magnets? Why would you be opening up the keyboard? That's just what I'm curious about. I like, the only reason I'm touching my keyboard is to type or to do these cool things with the widgets. Try the output a few times. Yeah, okay, so boy, over on Instagram, you're using web. Yes, I am using the desktop version on Mac right now, but I believe the desktop version is web-based. But yeah, I absolutely try the desktop version. Perhaps that changes things. For me, it's not an issue. So I hope maybe that way we can solve your problem. I'm gonna take a quick sip of water, guys, and turn off my heater. Okay, good point. You won the discussion, he says. Then over on TikTok. Thank you, sir. I'll see you at our next battle. No, dude, awesome to hear that you're working on your own keyboard. It won't show up on my feed because I don't use TikTok anymore. But maybe on Instagram, and maybe it'll catch my eye the same way it did with the Work Louder products. I'll be looking you up for sure. Over on Instagram, Nasser, do you deliver to the Middle East? Yes, we deliver worldwide. If you're wondering regarding any import or after costs that shouldn't be happening, the cost you pay at the checkout should be the full price, as far as I'm aware. Boy over on Instagram asking if I have Excel. I'm doing it in Excel right now. Same issue, also weird. Yeah, of course. Let me pull it up. I have all the typical Office programs. Okay. Let me just align this for the screen, and then I can zoom in a bit for you. So here's Excel, and it is working fine for me here as well. Maybe what could work for you is like wiping wiping the board and reinstalling the firmware. It sounds like an issue you have to sort out that is really unique to you. I've never heard of the issue either, so yeah, I'm sorry, boy, but probably good that we're finding this out right now here on stream. Let me know if I can help you with anything, if I can do something. Are you already in the Discord? Maybe try reaching out to some of the QMK people. Bly over on TikTok, beautiful keyboard of the year. Thank you so much. I am not working. I don't work for Work Louder, so although I appreciate you saying that, and I absolutely agree, I bought all of these myself, in case you were wondering. I'm just here as a guest streamer. And let me know which keyboard do you think is the beautiful one? Are you talking about Nomad? Are you talking about the Knob one that was recently being shipped? Are you talking about the Creator board that's like really unique in the way like it looks? It's not really a normal keyboard. Let me know. I'm curious. Then I will maybe send you one for free. Then over on TikTok, my man. We'll see. Like I said, I'll be following up with you after stream. I'll look it up. If you, I hope to see you more often as well. Cool, dude. SV over on Instagram. Had you had any RMA? What do you mean by that? Help me. What do you mean? What's your question? Bly over on TikTok. Let's go, dude. Welcome to the stream, my man. Yeah. Are you looking at any Work Louder products? Maybe getting some? Do you have a favorite? Have you been eyeing something? Let me know. Let's go over it together. Does the keyboard have soundproof? Nassar over on Instagram. So are you wondering whether we have typing tests, or oh, you mean soundproofing? So whether we have specific like foam in the keyboard to make it more silent, more silent. Um, I don't know of any specific soundproofing. I do know it is not like the loudest keyboard. I think the sound is nice. There's a few typing tests on our Reels page on Instagram, but also the TikTok page. And if you want, I can do a little typing test right now. Let me know. Let me know what you're wondering about. And which keyboard? Which keyboard? Which one do you want to hear? Boy over on Instagram, weird. It works on web, doesn't work on Excel. That's weird. Can I send you a Vitlo? I'm not crazy. Bro, I believe you. I believe you. You don't have to send me a video because I have no reason not to believe you. How do you reset the firmware? For that, you need to go to Discord. I don't know. my my Mike and Mattia helped me back in the day when I had some issues with my loop pad and I had to like screw it out and reset it with some pins on the back with the connectors. But I don't know how to do it for the micro. I'm sure there's people that can help you. SV over on Instagram, where people sent the hardware back because it was faulty. No, so we don't. I'm not the right person, honestly, to answer this for you. You should try sending Work Louder DM or reach out to them in Discord. I don't personally work for Work Louder. I'm not part of their customer service. I can't answer this question for you the way that should be done. But I can tell, yeah. Vina over on TikTok, what do I do as a content creator, blender artist, or what do you do for a living? So I used to be a contractor, freelancer in the creative world. So I used to do a lot of social media stuff. So produce video content, help with the editing, do photo shoots, do a lot of editing mainly. But I kind of got a creative burnout in that world. I didn't like doing it as much anymore. I didn't find the same amount of joy. And then I switched to more project work. So with like standard office work, like reports that need to be requested, boring stuff, honestly. But I'm also still like finishing my studies. I just recently graduated, but I'm still planning on doing my master's. So it's not defined for me yet. Yeah, but like regarding creative stuff, I'm always someone who's tinkering around. I love to do. I easily pick up different hobbies. You get what I mean? I can get bored quite fast, but also pick up different things. I have a 3D printer, which I love to like model stuff for, and then print it and kind of be creative in that way. Sometimes I like to draw stuff. Just that process I enjoy. I also used to be a web developer for a while, 2 to 3 years on the side, and for that I use these keyboards a lot. It's a great experience for that as well. So yeah, all kinds of stuff and all kinds of bits and bobs everywhere. Yeah, awesome. Glad I could help. SV over on Instagram. Glad I could answer the question for you. Cool guys. We're yes, okay. Over on TikTok, Vena asking what printer. You have the Bambu Lab A1. I have the A1 Mini. Yeah, great printer. Can only say positive things. I was planning on maybe printing the XYZ base. That's boring office Excel stuff. But here, of course, let me get the website. It's somewhere. So I was maybe planning on sometime on the stream print this base for the XYZ board and take my work keyboard module off the creator board and put it on there to like kind of match the vibe that's going on now with the new Work Louder board. So maybe that's a cool idea for a stream sometime, that we take the SCL, maybe we add something ourselves to like instead of using this as a base, we expand the already existing Work Louder base with like modules for these, or to put them in different locations. Maybe that could be a cool idea sometime. But yes, so to answer your question, I have an Bambu Lab A1 Mini as well. I love them. It's such a great printer. Such a great printer. Okay. But I see I've also been live for about 2 hours now. I'm going to end the stream in a bit, guys. So if you have any last questions, a few last things you're wondering about regarding stuff on my desk, or if you want to ask me personal questions, now's the time. And otherwise, I'll be shutting down. So I'll take a sip of water and watch chat. Okay, over on TikTok, when you print your own cages, but you have an issue because they're too big. I can see that happening. I don't get all your messages, by the way, I think. Or maybe I do. Whatever. um, I can imagine that a keyboard is quite a big thing to print. So you probably have to print them in two stages. Hmm. Um, yeah, that's interesting. Boy over on Instagram, yeah, drop it in Discord. I am also in the Discord, so if I see it, I can maybe help you. But I wish I could do more and tell you how to reset the creator board, but I genuinely don't know. That's where I like have to have to help you to support. Uh, Hopefully they can help you. I'm sure they can, but at least we know it's possible, right? So it's unfortunately an issue that you specifically experience, but it should be something that's solvable. I think it's a software thing, but because I don't see how this could be a Creative Micro specific issue. And you're welcome. Glad to have you here, boy. I hope to see you on another stream sometime. To hopefully things are fixed by then. So you need to get a resin printer, but they're like 3K, which is way too much. Yes, resin printers would totally raise the bar for your prototyping. I agree, but they can be expensive, and not just the printer themselves, but also the resin. Right? You need the like depending on the print size, the printing bed, but you also need quite a lot of resin because you need to fill the entire tub every time. So yeah, these things like building and being kind of engineering is a fun hobby, but um, it can be costly. Banana Fred over on Instagram, dude, love the name. Welcome to the stream. Are there pre-settings on these for Photoshop? Um, there are community templates, I believe, or macros community members have made and maybe shared as well. I believe we're still working on a community tab, perhaps for input, where people can share their entire layouts or multi-actions or actions, but that's not live yet as of now. So if you're regarding for specific presettings for Photoshop, no, we don't have them downloadable or shippable, but we have an amazing community in the Discord. You're always welcome to join Discord, where you can ask questions. Perhaps people can help you, and perhaps you can also download some templates other people have already made. Um, Over on Instagram, Usa, I don't speak that. I'm sorry, I can't respond to that. And boy, saying just ship my framer now, please a try. My man, I would if I could, because I'm also waiting on mine. But yeah, yeah. I did call you boy the entire stream because for me, I could of course say your entire name, but it's just easier to refer to people with like a part of their name. And you're their boy. um, I can't see profile pictures, by the way. So or like they're really small. So if if I'm totally miss like gendering you, that's not my intention in that way. But yes, you're welcome. You're absolutely welcome. Wena over on TikTok. Uh, I will go now and work a little bit more on the keyboard. All right, man. I will probably also head off in like a minute or two. Thanks for joining the stream. I'll be live some other time. Hopefully, I'll see you then. Good luck. I'm working on it, and thanks for joining me here. I can just call you my dear boy. I could, but I think boy is still easier for me. It's still easier. Banana Fred, I'm using it on Mac. Are there any issues? Are you referring to a keyboard, to the Creator Micro? I'm not familiar with any issues on Mac. I've never had any. I also used all of these on Mac. Never had an issue. Please and thank you. Molino, over on TikTok, I'll just quickly respond. So you can order on the Work Louder website, which is worklouder.cc. Here you can go through our products, and then you can just let it ship to wherever you are in Asia. We ship worldwide. Shouldn't be a problem. Let me know if you put an order in, and drop the order number in chat. That way I can get you a little gift, exactly like what it says here. Vena on TikTok, you're welcome. Dan over on YouTube, well, you're still going. I know, for those that were here last time, my internet dropped out and I was done after like an hour. But my internet is holding on strong, guys. It's a good day. But I'm also, yeah, I said I'm stopping. And last question. Over on Instagram, but I'm joking. My fiance was laughing in the background every time you said that. Okay. Well, I'm glad I could cause some laughter on this. For me, it's evening, so glad. Yeah. So make sure to hit someone up in Discord. If you post a video in Discord, I'll respond to it. Maybe there's some way I can help. But like I said, I'm sure there's someone from the QMK people that knows what to do. Yes, Dan, and that's why I'm going to call it quits right now. Everyone, thanks for watching. Everyone joining. This is a bad moment because I'm about to stop streaming, but there'll definitely be a next time. Feel free to tune in then. Everyone, thank you so much for being here with me, asking questions, and just talking about Work Louder together. And until next time, bye bye.